Kim Kardashian has always been one of the most candid figures in the world of celebrity relationships, and her latest revelations about her marriage to Kanye West, now known professionally as Ye, offer a deeply personal glimpse into the emotional turmoil that ultimately culminated in their high-profile divorce. In a raw and introspective interview segment that has since gone viral, Kim opens up about the subtle yet persistent unsettling feeling that began to erode the foundation of their once celebrated union. This isn't just a fleeting anecdote. It's a profound exploration of how intuition, when ignored, can lead to seismic shifts in one's life, particularly under the relentless glare of public scrutiny. To understand the depth of Kim's confession, one must rewind to the early days of her relationship with Kanye. What began as a whirlwind romance in the early 2010s, marked by glamorous red carpet moments, collaborative fashion endeavors, and the birth of their 4 children, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm, quickly evolved into a partnership that symbolized modern celebrity love. Kanye, the visionary rapper and producer behind albums like The College Dropout and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, brought an artistic intensity to their bond, while Kim, the savvy entrepreneur and reality TV icon, infused it with a grounded, family-oriented sensibility. Their 2014 wedding in Florence, Italy, was a fairy tale spectacle attended by A-listers, complete with custom Givenchy gowns and orchestral performances. Yet, beneath the opulence, cracks were already forming, subtle fissures that Kim would later describe as the prelude to that inescapable unease. The unsettling feeling, as Kim articulates it, wasn't born from a single explosive argument or a tabloid scandal, though there were plenty of those. Instead, it was a slow-burning undercurrent, a visceral intuition that something fundamental had shifted. "I just had this feeling," she recalls in the interview, her voice steady but laced with the weight of hindsight. "It was like an unsettling feeling that I couldn't shake. You know, when you're in a relationship and things start to feel off and you can't quite put your finger on it? That's what it was like with Kanye. It built up over time and eventually, it led to the decision to divorce. It wasn't one big thing, it was this constant unease that made me realize we weren't aligned anymore." This admission resonates because it's universally relatable, that quiet voice in the back of the mind that whispers doubts during moments of apparent bliss, often dismissed amid the chaos of daily life. Delving deeper, Kim attributes much of this growing disconnection to the divergent paths their lives took post-marriage. Kanye's career, ever evolving, veered into increasingly unpredictable territories, from his foray into politics with a 2020 presidential bid to controversial public statements that drew widespread criticism. These episodes, while emblematic of his unfiltered genius, placed immense strain on their family dynamic. Kim, meanwhile, was ascending in her own right, launching her billion-dollar shapewear line SKIMS, studying law to become a prison reform advocate, and navigating the complexities of co-parenting under a microscope. The juxtaposition of their trajectories, his outward turbulence against her inward focus on stability, created a chasm that no amount of therapy or public displays of unity could bridge. Public perception played a villainous role too, amplifying every discord. The media frenzy surrounding Kanye's bipolar disorder diagnosis in 2016, his infamous Twitter rants, and the couple's brief separations in 2018 and 2020 turned private struggles into spectacle. Kim has spoken before about the toll of this exposure, but here she zeroes in on how it exacerbated that inner turmoil. "I think the public scrutiny made it worse," she continues, her expression turning contemplative as archival footage of happier times flickers on screen. Smiling family vacations, joint Met Gala appearances. "But deep down it was about us. I felt like I was losing myself in the chaos. That unsettling feeling was my gut telling me it was time to move on for my own well-being and the kids." This moment of clarity, she explains, came during quiet reflections, perhaps in the stillness of her Calabasas home, away from the flashbulbs, when the weight of mismatched energies became too heavy to ignore. The divorce filing in February 2021 was less a rupture and more a release, a necessary exhale after years of holding her breath. Legal battles ensued, with disputes over custody and assets making headlines, but Kim has since emphasized growth over grudge holding. In the years following, she's rebuilt her world with intention, surrounding herself with a supportive circle that includes her sisters Khloe and Kourtney, and embarking on new romantic chapters, like her relationship with Pete Davidson and later Odell Beckham Jr. Yet, this interview isn't about vilifying Kanye, it's about honoring the intuition that guided her to freedom. Kim's story serves as a testament to the power of self-awareness in relationships, reminding us that love, no matter how grand, must align with personal peace. Expanding on the themes of unease and realignment, Kim's narrative invites broader reflection on celebrity marriages in the digital age. How many unions crumble not from overt betrayal but from the insidious creep of emotional drift? Psychologists often describe this as relationship entropy, where without active maintenance, bonds degrade under external pressures. For Kim, the entertainment industry's demand for constant reinvention added fuel to the fire. Kanye's Yeezy brand innovations contrasted sharply with her focus on inclusive beauty standards, creating not just professional silos but personal ones. Friends close to the couple noted how these differences manifested in everyday decisions, from parenting philosophies to social circles, fostering isolation rather than intimacy. Moreover, Kim's emphasis on her children's well-being underscores a maternal evolution. North, now a budding artist in her own right, has inherited her parents' creative spark, while the younger ones thrive in a co-parenting setup that prioritizes normalcy. "The kids are my anchor," Kim shares in extended clips from the interview, her eyes lighting up. "That feeling pushed me to create a home where they feel secure no matter what." This pivot from personal sacrifice to familial empowerment highlights her resilience, a trait that's defined her post-divorce era. She's channeled that energy into advocacy, like her apprenticeship with lawyers to pass the baby bar exam, proving that discomfort can be the catalyst for reinvention. Critics might dismiss such disclosures as calculated vulnerability, a staple of the Kardashian playbook, but there's an authenticity here that transcends scripting. The interview's setting, a cozy, lived-in space adorned with children's artwork, mirrors the intimacy of her words, stripping away the gloss to reveal raw humanity. It's a reminder that even icons grapple with the same relational riddles as the rest of us: when to stay, when to go, and how to trust that inner compass amid the noise.